I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. Continuing in Malachi, in chapter 1, we had a condemnation of their perversion and polluting of the sacrifices, so now we continue with chapter 2. The priests are reproved for not keeping their covenants and teaching the people. The Jews are condemned for dealing treacherously one with another and with the wife of the covenant. And now, O ye priests, this commandment is for you. If ye will not hear, and if ye will not lay it to heart, to give glory unto my name, saith the Lord of hosts, I will even send a curse upon you, and I will curse your blessings. Yea, I have cursed them already, because ye do not lay it to heart. Because ye do not lay it to heart. Behold, I will corrupt your seed, and spread dung upon your faces, even the dung of your solemn feasts, and one shall take you away with it. And ye shall know that I have sent this commandment unto you, that my covenant might be with Levi, saith the Lord of hosts. My covenant was with him of life and peace, and I gave them to him for the fear wherewith he feared me, and was afraid before my name. The law of truth was in his mouth, and iniquity was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and equity, and did turn many away from iniquity. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts. But ye are departed out of the way. Ye have caused many to stumble at the law. Ye have corrupted the covenant of Levi, saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore have I also made you contemptible and base before all the people, according as ye have not kept my ways, but have been partial in the law. Have we not all one Father? Have not one God created us? Why do we deal treacherously every man against his brother by profaning the covenant of our fathers? I don't remember this being the personality of Levi himself, but it could have been later on that he became this. We do know that it appears that the Levites were not quite as oppressed in Egypt. They were a little more cautious in that. There was a little more freedom there. And it might be because of Levi and his teachings. We don't know. That this seems to indicate that Levi himself was a great teacher. Now, it could also be just a reference to the tribe of Levi being given this covenant under Aaron, and in a sense being a reference to Aaron himself. It's a little confusing there, but the idea of the covenant, see, that the Levites weren't just under covenant to do the sacrifices and maintain the temple. They were supposed to teach the people and keep the people following the law of Moses. They're not doing that. They're not teaching the law. They are breaking their covenant because they are not keeping the people on the path of the covenant. Because that was the covenant of Levi, as it puts it. That's covenant of Levi is you get the priesthood, but with that priesthood is the responsibility not only to perform the ordinances, but to teach and expound and exhort the people and keep them on the way. Verse 11. Judah hath dealt treacherously, and an abomination is committed in Israel and in Jerusalem. For Judah hath profaned the holiness of the Lord which he loved, and hath married the daughter of a strange god. The Lord will cut off the man that doeth this, the master and the scholar, out of the tabernacles of Jacob, and him that offereth an offering unto the Lord of hosts. And this hath he done again, covering the altar of the Lord with tears, with weeping, and with crying out, insomuch that he regardeth not the offering any more, or receiveth it with good will at your hand. Yet ye say, wherefore? Because the Lord hath been witness between thee and the wife of thy youth, against whom thou hast dealt treacherously. Yet is she thy companion, and the wife of thy covenant. And did not he make one? Yet had he the residue of the Spirit. And wherefore one? That he might seek a godly seed. Therefore take heed to your spirit, and let none deal treacherously against the wife of his youth. For the Lord, the God of Israel, saith that he hateth putting away. For one covereth violence with his garment, saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore take heed to your spirit, that ye deal not treacherously. Ye have wearied the Lord with your words. Yet ye say, wherein have we wearied him? When ye say, every one that doeth evil is good in the sight of the Lord, and he delighteth in them. Or where is the God of judgment? What this seems to be saying is that the Israelites, when they got up in age, the men, They would divorce their Israelite wives and marry the wives of heathens, the strangers, the strange wives who worship strange gods. And they would do this. They would divorce their wife and marry the strange wives in order to get a younger, prettier wife. This is what he means by the treachery against the wife of thy youth. You marry her when you're both young and bright and full of energy, full of life. But as you get older, you start seeking for a younger wife, a prettier wife. And in order to justify it, you divorce your first wife. You put her away. And it's not exactly a complete divorce, but it's a separation. They're still legally married, and they'd still be taking care of them as a wife, but they're no longer living with them. They put them away. They separate them out, and they take a new, younger wife. This is the treachery. This is what God hates. And then that last part, wherein have we wearied God? You wearied God by saying those things that he hates, those evils that God is pleased, that God approves of them, that he is glad that you're doing it. No, God hates these things. You're saying they're good. And now God has to deal with that. And that is wearying to God. We leave that here. This is a good chastisement of the Jews. We leave that here. This is a good chastisement of the Jews. It does seem that this is not unlikely to have been during the time between Ezra's... It does seem likely that this is during the time between Nehemiah's 2 terms as governor, because we know that during that time the sacrifices in the temple had been corrupted. The people were out marrying strange wives again. All that stuff was happening. So it would be a logical time for Malachi to speak these prophecies, speak these words. But we will see you in chapter 3.